Good afternoon, friends of Radio Changlo. I am Congratulations welcoming you to the Northern Technical College No-Tech program, and we'll be looking at the Zambia Industrial Training Academy Zamita project. In the studios of Radio Changlo, I have two officials coming from No-Tech, namely Madson Ngandu. He is the No-Tech Business Development Officer. Welcome to the program and good afternoon.
Good afternoon and thank you very much.
Get closer to the microphone.
Good afternoon and thank you so much.
Okay. He is accompanied by Mr. Ada Mwelwa, a lecturer at NOTEC. Welcome to the program, Mr. Mwelwa.
Thank you and good afternoon.
We also have Ruben Chira. He is also a lecturer at NOTEC. Welcome and good afternoon.
Thank you very much and good afternoon to you.
Friends, you will be accorded a chance to participate later on the program by dialing 0965-891029. 0965-891029 is the number that will accord you a chance to participate later on the program. And so, like I mentioned, we want to look at a project dubbed Zambia Industrial Training Academy, Zamita. What is this all about? Who's going to take it? We'll begin maybe with the Business Development Office at NOTEC.
Thank you very much. Zamita is I don't know if you're able to get me.
Yes, please. Try to continue.
Okay, thank you so much. Zamita is a project at NOTEC that is under a partnership of a number of stakeholders who I'm going to be able to mention. The stakeholders that are working together in the Zamita project, we have the Swedish Embassy under the Swedish International Development Aid. And then we have UNIDO, which is the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. Then we have the ministry itself, the Ministry of Higher Education, through which, or let me say, under which NOTEC falls. So through the ministry, we can say NOTEC is one of the partners that is involved in this particular project. And then we have Volvo also involved in this project. So what this project really is a private public partnership program, the PPP program that the government has tried to engage in order to improve a number of sectors of society. So in order for us to be able to improve training that is taking place in technical institutions, NOTEC being a technical institution, this project was designed so that there can be a relationship between the private sector in this context being Volvo, okay, and the public sector in this context being the government of Zambia, the Ministry of Higher Education, dropping all the way down to NOTEC, in order for us to be able to develop a program that can improve training at NOTEC. So this is a project that is at NOTEC right now, and in the first phase of the project, we are looking at the heavy equipment repair course, looking at how we can be able to improve heavy equipment repair, starting from trade test all the way to diploma. And then in the second phase now, the project is looking at how it can be able to improve automotive training courses. So in a nutshell, that's what Zamita is all about.
When did this project begin? Maybe we'll get to Mr. Mwelwa. When did this project begin?
This project, Zamita, started in 2016 with heavy equipment repair as the prime center on which it was supposed to be set. And further, it actually moved, and this time around, it is, of course, propelling track systems. It's like this program has come to be such that it's the one that is trying to ensure that the skills gap that is there in the commercial sector should be filled up, because what it is from the outset, most students have been trained on light vehicles, just maintaining and repairing light cars. But as a result of that, there was a gap in terms of a commercial sector transport system. Then when we say commercial sector transport system, we imply track systems. So now this collaboration that's by NOTEC with the other key stakeholders, like has been availed to by my colleague, ensures that the track systems is incorporated in the curriculum of Northern Technical College, so that that particular skills gap in the that's a track systems should be filled up, then increasing the level of employability in our graduates, such that they should be able to familiarize themselves with the track technology which has come to be on the ground today. And it is on that phase that we are trying to, of course, move that's as Northern Technical College in collaboration with the other key stakeholders.
Okay, Mr. Chira, has this gap been filled since 2016? You know, looking at where you're coming from and where you are today, especially where commercial sector is concerned.
Yes, please. In a nutshell, I'd say so far so good. The program has been running well. From the students that we've produced from 2016 to date, and the way they have performed in industry, because what it is we're not just training the students, but we've been making follow-ups to see how they are performing in industry. So far from what we've done and the surveys that we've done, this program is really helping our students, and they are actually answering to the needs of the industry.
Okay. The one coming from Notech Business Development Officer, I'm aware that you know, this program is focusing on the promotion of access for women and vulnerable in, you know, in such programs. Why is it so?
If you realize engineering courses, generally, I think for years, have not been I'm trying to look for a good way to have not been accessed much by ladies. In a way, I'm saying very few ladies, very few women, very few girls have actually enrolled in engineering courses. And I think these courses have been looked at for a long time as courses for men. When you go into an engineering training, when you go into a training institution and you look at the engineering side, you will find that most of the people who are in these courses are actually men, and ladies feel this is not our thing. And this is something that does not only come from the ladies, sometimes it comes even from the parents who say, why do you want to do a course for males? Why do you want to do a course for men and the like? So this project comes in and says, why don't we increase access to training in engineering and technical courses? Why don't we increase access for women and for ladies? So that's one of the very important goals of this particular project, because we believe, I think if we look at the standards of the SADC region, we are talking about 30% women involvement in almost all sectors. And we're talking about a minimum of 30% involvement of women in all sectors. So this is one of the sectors where we are saying, why don't we increase access to engineering and technical training for ladies and women who have not been in this area for a very long time? They take all these other courses probably in the education sector, in the health sector, and maybe in also other social sciences, but when it comes to engineering and technical, they don't do that. So there's a deliberate policy in this particular project where we do campaigns to help increase the number of women who are enrolling in these courses. So we go around the country, we go to girls' schools, we set up campaigns in public places, all in an effort to say, let us get more women, let us get more ladies be able to access these courses, because the opportunities are actually there. You know, if the industry is full of men, and then some women decide to get into that industry, it means there's a lot of opportunities for women who decide to take technical courses, and they must stop looking at it as something that is for men. That is the whole idea of saying, let us increase access for women.
And so, Mr. Chira, how many women have been trained since the time the academy was established in 2016 to date?
We have actually trained a number of women, close to, I would say, 40 or so, in different courses, different programs, that is both in craft and also in trade test. And these women have gone on to perform very well in industry. They haven't had any challenges. They've responded well and they are doing well.
Mr. Mola, would you say the number that has been given, the figure 40, is it enough? Especially when you look at, you know, promoting access for women and vulnerable, especially in the projects that are being offered?
The number that has been pronounced by my colleague actually was the initial number. Now, from the statistical data that has been actually put forth, there has been an increase such that It has gone much higher than that, except I just needed no, an accuracy in clarification. If anything, the figure actually has risen from the one that my colleague has pronounced. Yes, I think that's what I would try to say.
To add on to what Mr. Melo has said,
Yes, please.
the number is not enough. Yes, even if we are noticing an increase, yes, we are. But the rate at which the number of ladies enrolling in engineering courses is increasing, it's still not satisfactory. There's still a very big barrier that we really need to break, maybe starting from secondary school, where young people can be shown that this is not for men, this is not for only for males, even ladies can enroll in that. So we are going flat out again, I think, in the remaining years of the project to see how we can be able to push much more. And as Northern Technical College, I would love to throw this great opportunity now to say, when you apply to NOTEC and you are a female, not that we are going to give you any special favors, but I can tell you that you have a higher chance of being accepted because of us wanting to beat these numbers. So you have a higher chance of being accepted. Okay, so we've tried. Look, if you look at the number 40, it's not enough. So we have tried to increase that number, but it's still a barrier that is there. And I think this is the reason we are doing such campaigns on radio, so that parents can be able to listen, the girls themselves can be able to listen. And we know probably the girls are at school right now, but the parents could be listening. And let's try to push these girls in these courses, or maybe not necessarily push them, but encourage them, because the opportunities that are there for women in this particular area are great. And this project is very good because it has done a lot even to make the training area female friendly. If you were to visit NOTEC and look at the training environment that we have, the equipment that we have, and just the way we do the things, we have tried by all means to make the place female friendly so that we can be able to attract as many as possible.
Friends, if you've just tuned into the station of light, this is a Northern Technical College program, and today we're talking the Zambia Industrial Training Academy Zamita project, which began in 2016. And in the studios of Radio Changalo, I have a NOTEC Business Development Officer, Mr. Matson Nandu, in the company of Mr. Abel Mwelwa, lecturer, as well as Mr. Ruben Chiro, who is also a lecturer at NOTEC. I know earlier, Mr. Ngandu, mentioned, about the partners that you are working with.
Yes.
Why go a PPWA, public-private partnership? How is it even working?
Originally, the idea of public-private partnership, this is a government idea, by the way. Okay, this is a government idea because the government alone may not be able to sustain in this particular area the training that we offer in terms of, let's say, equipment. Okay, especially equipment, and in terms of also capacity development for the resource persons, and these are the people, these are the lecturers. So the government alone may not be able to sustain it, may not have enough funds, enough resources, enough systems, enough capability to be able to sustain and be able to improve. Okay, so when you get into PPP, public-private partnership, then we are able to get the help and that we can get and the resources from the private sector to be able to help us. For instance, in this particular project, our partner is Volvo. Okay, in this particular project, our partner is Volvo. Now, here's what Volvo has done, which would have been, maybe the government would have done, but it would have been a little bit different and would have taken time. In this particular project, Volvo has trained our lecturers. Okay, they have trained our lecturers on almost all automotive and heavy equipment repair and related system. And we're talking about practical training, that when they transfer this knowledge to the students, this is practical knowledge that we are talking about. Our lecturers have gone to South Africa for training, okay, and we've had a number, let me say almost every month we have a new training that is taking place. We just finished a training, I think it's last week, where we're looking at developing modules and training material. All of these things are things that the government alone may not be able to sustain. So the private sector comes in and helps. Apart from that, Volvo has also donated state-of-the-art, brand new engines. Okay, these are brand new state-of-the-art engines that when the students learn on those and they go in industry, they find exactly the same engine with exactly the same system, with exactly the same faults that they were learning on, and they are able to repair. And so in that way, we do not only train students for the sake of just training them, but with a private partnership, with a private corporation as a partner, we are able to train these students on practical things that they're actually going to be able to apply. And also the private sector also is able to benefit because these people that we are training are at the end of the day going to work in that same sector. So if they don't contribute to the training, whatever product you're going to give may end up affecting them at the end of the day. So it's very important that these private partnerships, private public partnerships come in because they help us be able to improve the systems that we have. And this is what has happened at Notec. I can say if you're listening right now, take a visit to Notec. Just take a visit and come and see what this project has done. The level of training that we are providing, you will be so excited because you will be seeing things that you never thought you'd be able to find in college because of this PPPP that has taken place.
Okay. And so now I get to you, Mr. Chira. What are the courses and opportunities that are being offered under this project, Zamita?
Under Zamita, we have two sections. There is heavy equipment repair, and then there is also automotive. So under heavy equipment repair, we have diploma, then we have technicians, craft, and also trade tests. And on the same vein, in the automotive as well, we've got diploma, technician, craft, and also the trade test. And in addition to that, we've got a specialized program, which is automotive electrical. It is under automotive, but this one, they basically specialize in the electrical systems. So it's also offered at craft level and trade test level.
And these are the same programs that are calling on ladies, to apply for.
Yes, and we have actually enrolled a number of them.
Okay.
As we are speaking, we have some that are undergoing training, others have graduated and they've gone. So it's actually working.
Okay. The benefits, what benefits are there, especially when somebody is trained in the courses that Mr. Chiro has just mentioned, Mr. Mwelo?
Yes, the benefits are quite immense. In fact, to just itemize some of them, I would try to say that the students, once they graduate from this particular training that is offered by Notec, they are, of course, set in an environment that is technologically fast changing. And since they've harnessed the latest technology, that is, of course, global this time around, they'll be able to be competitive and be able to apply all the instruments that go into, diagnosing faults and giving accurate repair for maximum performance of vehicles, such that from what I've tried to put forth, it is imperative for every student to look at Northern Technical College as a destination for training today, not only in terms of light vehicles, but also in terms of commercial vehicles. Additionally, heavy equipment repair has been highly electronic of late, and since the automotive industry is one of the fast changing technologies that there is, it is really of great importance for me to emphasize that students should look at Northern Technical College as the only institution to go for now. Notec is labeled as an Institute of Applied Sciences and Technology. It's actually a household name in terms of technical training. Also, if one were to choose Notec, be it a male or female, even people of disability, they have to come to Northern Technical College, and the platform for Notec is quite great and facilitative, such that those graduates that will come from that institution will be able to compete in the modern industry and be able to be employable. Okay. I think that's what I'm trying to point out.
I will get to Mr. Ngandu. Somebody may be listening to the program and wondering, if I'm trained by not taking one of the courses that is being offered, and with the challenge of job opportunities that the country currently has, how easy can it be for a graduate from Notec get, be employed?
Okay. Since you've asked it from that angle, we'll start it from that angle first. Like Mr. Mwero has said, and that we can boast, and that one we can really boast. Notec is a brand that is big enough that when you train with Notec, and now I'm boasting. Excuse me, I'm boasting. When you train with Notec and you go for interviews, I can guarantee you that Notec will be given the first priority in terms of who should they employ. Why? because we have proved, okay, we have proved when you go to the industry and find people who have been trained at Notec, they are doing big things. And a number of them have actually risen up the ladder into management and supervisory positions because of the background that they have had. So we do not only train you and send you out there, but we give you a name that is already big in industry. Number two, at Notec, we also have a system where we create relationship with our stakeholders. And by stakeholders, in this particular context, I mean the partners in terms of the industry, the companies, the mines and the mine support companies, other production companies, other engineering companies. We create a relationship with them continuously so that when our students finish, we know not everybody can be taken in, but when our students finish, we try by all means to connect them to these companies so that they are able to be taken in, first of all, as interns, and then when they prove themselves, the company decides to give a job. So that we do on a continuous basis where we engage companies and ask them, we have got this number of students that are graduating or that are finishing, how many can you take? And we do it continuously. We've had a number of companies that have actually taken people. Yes, this year has been a little bit tough because of COVID issues. You know, COVID has affected almost every sector, but generally we try by all means to push people there. However, number three, Notec will not only train you for employment, okay? Notec will not only train you for employment. We actually have a very active entrepreneurship training, very active entrepreneurship training that is taking place at Notec. So if you are not able to get a job, or you don't want to get a job, it shouldn't even be a second option. If you don't want to get a job, Notec gives you an opportunity to be able to say, here's the entrepreneurship knowledge, go and start your own. And we've got some students that we can point at who have actually started their own projects. So we're looking at, we will try by all means to get you a job. But if you're the type who doesn't want a job, we give you entrepreneurship skills, then you see if you can go and be able to start your own. And we will give you support, not support in terms of finances per se, but support in terms of knowledge, support in terms of mentorship, support in terms of coaching, support in terms of connections. We will give you that support as a former student so that you are able to survive. And that is the reason we have remained the biggest brand in terms of technical training in Zambia for years, because we have proven when we train you, we care for you, not only when you are in school, but even when you are late, we want to see you succeed.
0965891029 is the number that you can now call if you want to be part of this interaction. It is the Northern Technical College program as we talk with the Zambia Industrial Training Academy Zamita project. 0965891029 in the studios of Radio Chengelo. I have the Notec Business Development Officer, Mr. Madson Ngandu, and two lecturers by the names of Mr. Abel Mwelwa and Mr. Ruben Chira, both coming from Notec. If you want to be part of the program, you can dial 0965891029, and this will afford you a chance to participate on the program. When is this project coming to an end, Mr. Ngandu?
At the moment,
if at all it will end.
We hope not. The benefits are so good that we really hope it doesn't end. Yeah. At the moment, if I'm not mistaken, I start to be corrected. If I'm not mistaken, the project that we are running right now should be going up to 2022. Yes, 2022. We are hoping and pushing for an extension because COVID really hit us bad. I think you remember very well that when COVID hit, it put almost everything on hold on. So we are trying to say, how can we get back that time that we lost during COVID? Are we able to push it into probably a whole new year and the like? So the second phase of the project is ending in maybe by 2022. However, the end of the project does not mean the end of the program. Okay, it doesn't mean the end of the program. Okay, it is this partnership that may end at that particular time, but because of how much resources, how much investment has been put in this particular project, there's going to be many other sustainability programs that are going to continue taking place even after this project has ended. I can tell you right now that even on the side of this project already, is it last week when we received 7 trucks of equipment from the government of Zambia. 7, and we're talking about articulated trucks, long, is it 6-foot containers of equipment that is coming in the industry. We haven't even installed it yet. So you can see that there's a lot of other things that are already happening. This project may end, but the program of trying to become the best training institution, to become the best trainers in the country, that one continues, and we still remain committed to saying, come to Nortec, you will be well trained.
Okay. Good afternoon. Yes, this is Radio Changalo. You're through to the Northern Technical College program. Who's on the line and where are you calling us from? Your contribution, Mulenga. Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Your name again?
I'll ask you to give a response very shortly, Mr. Ngandu.
Oh, okay.
We'll try to pick another call on the program. 0965891029. If you want to be part of this interaction, it is the Northern Technical College, and we're talking the Zambia Industrial Training Academy Zamita project. 0965891029. Okay, as we wait for other people to participate on the program, I will ask you, the business development officer, to respond to one of the students, one of those that have graduated.
And I'm happy that he can even say that he's a good product of Nortec. Very good. Thank you very much, sir, for that concern. Let me just quickly explain I'm sure you zoomed in on the medical courses that we're doing.
Yes.
The two courses that we are doing that are medical related, we have the biomedical engineering. The biomedical engineering course that we have, let me explain it very clearly. For a long time in the health sector, we have this equipment like the X-ray machinery, CT scan, and I mean, not all those things, and this equipment that they use in the hospital. For a long time, we did not have people to repair that machinery. So when it packs, then the hospital just has to wait for a new one because nobody's going to fix it. So a lot of such machinery actually packed when they could be repaired and be reused. So the biomedical engineering course that we are doing is specifically to repair those machinery that are in hospitals in order to elongate the life of that machinery. For instance, an X-ray machine, who's going to repair it? That's what we are training. So we are training people who are going to repair the machinery. So at the end of the day, if you look at it, we are still doing the same thing. It's still technical training. We're just extending, saying there's a need in this particular area. There's machinery that we have. Government is spending so much money buying machinery, putting it in hospitals, and then who's going to repair it? So Nortec says, okay, fine, we're going to come in and help create people who are going to repair this machinery. So it still remains technical training. Okay, these are biomedical engineers to repair, just like you are training an automotive engineer. What are they doing? They are repairing motor vehicles. electrical engineers, they are fixing electrical related things in the mines and the like. So even for biomedical, it's the same thing. Now, I know you may ask, what about lab science? Because you mentioned lab science. That's the whole reason we are calling the course lab science. This is not restricted to the hospitals. Okay, it's not restricted to the hospitals. For instance, there are mines that are into steel manufacturing. Okay, I mean, there are companies that are into steel manufacturing. Even right here in Kitwe, there are companies that are into steel manufacturing. These companies need to do a lot of tests on the chemicals that they are using, on the strength of materials, and all those kind of things. And so we need laboratory people in those labs to be able to do the chemical tests, to be able to do all those experiments and the like, so that this manufacturing can be able to be perfect and good. Okay, so the people that we are training are still technical people. We are not restricting to say we are training people just to go and in the hospitals and test for diseases and the like. No, we are training people, okay, who are going to work in the mines, who are going to work in manufacturing industries, who are going to work in production industries, in the laboratory. Okay, in the laboratory, so that they are able to do the processes that are needed. For instance, let's say a company is making sanitizers. Okay, you need people to test all the processes that are going towards making of that sanitizer. It has nothing to do with probably the hospital or anything. It's just a sanitizer. So we train those laboratory technicians. So look at that. At the end of the day, we are remaining in the same line. Technical training.
0965891029 is the number that you can use if you want to be part of this interaction. I'm now looking at how you're coming in to, help the vulnerable access, the programs that you're offering. I know it's, Zamita is also focusing on the vulnerable to benefit from this. How are you doing it, Mr. Chirwa?
Thank you very much. The way we are doing it is we are offering free training to the vulnerable, those that are not able to afford the training.
Free of charge.
Yes, what it is they are being sponsored under this program. They are paid for. All we ask them to do is to pay for the application form. They process it, and then once it's done, the training is actually being done free of charge. Okay. So that's how we are doing.
Okay, how should I go about it if maybe somebody wants to enroll? Mr. Mwelwa?
Yes, there is always an advert that is put up in the national press. So they should just be on the lookout for the advert, because Northern Technical College, like we are saying, has got a business development unit under actually Mr. Ngandu here, who is responsible for actually the publication of all adverts when time is due for those programs, if the government is to render support to the vulnerable. So periods come and the business development officer really actually can pick it up from there, maybe to give it an enhancement.
Okay, how do we help the vulnerable? Through the project. I'll start first of all through the project, and then I'll extend it.
And you should even tell us how you even categorize to say this one is really vulnerable and should benefit from this.
I love that. Okay, what a project does is that the project itself may not pay for these people directly. But what the project has done is that, like, remember when I was talking about the partners in the project?
Yes.
One of the partners is the Ministry of Higher Education. So the project has worked with the Ministry of Higher Education to provide bursaries to students who are vulnerable. Okay, right now, I can tell you right now, we are working on a, list on bursaries for rural area people. Now I'm talking about rural, okay? These are people are coming from rural areas, not town. So there are about 500 bursaries that have been offered for next year for people in the rural area to be able to afford this training. The project pushed for these bursaries. The bursaries are being offered by the Ministry of Higher Education, by the way. But the project, in collaboration, okay, pushed for these projects, and we are getting them from the rural area. So what we are going to do is, starting next month, we are going to go to the rural areas. We're going to talk to the chiefs, and we're going to get the chiefs to be able to help us find people who qualify for college, but they are so vulnerable they are not able to pay. The ministry, through the project has said, we are going to pay for these people. Okay, so that's how the project is working. So it's the project itself directly may not pay, but it is collaborating with the stakeholders, and in this particular case, the Ministry of Higher Education. However, as NOTEC, it doesn't end there. Okay, as NOTEC, it doesn't end there. We provide also bursaries again through the ministry. When you apply to NOTEC, okay, when you apply to NOTEC, you get yourself an acceptance letter. Using that acceptance letter, you can apply for bursaries through TVETA all the way to the Ministry of Higher Education. And if you qualify, there's a process like you need some support from, is it Ministry of Social Welfare? Yes, you need some support from there to show that you're really vulnerable and you're like, and then the ministry is going to give the bursary. It's not the college that will give you. The college will give you an acceptance letter, then the ministry will give you a bursary, and then you get into college and you'll be paying a very minimal amount of money depending on the percentage of bursary that you've actually been given. Extended again to show you that we are very serious with the vulnerable. Right now, we are training about 80 students for free for 3 months. 80 in automotive, welding, refrigeration, and electrical. We have 20 students per class. And these are going to be being trained for 3 months. They're writing their exams end of December, and these are completely free. How do we get that? NOTEC applies for what is called Windows 3 SDF courses to TVETA. When we apply and then TVETA gives us a certain number, they'll tell us, okay, fine, these are the courses you want to do, these are the courses you want to offer to the vulnerable. We've given you 100 places. Go and get the vulnerable. So how do we get those vulnerable? Again, I know you're interested in how do we know who's actually vulnerable?
How do you identify to say this one is vulnerable?
Yes. On that particular case, we are not qualified as NOTEC to identify who's vulnerable. So we depend on two organizations. One, the social welfare. Okay, we need a paper from the social welfare to show that you are really vulnerable. Number two, we also trust the church. Okay, we trust the church. So we tell you, go to your pastor, go to your church leader, go to your priest, and let the priest be able to say, this person is really vulnerable. Attach a paper there to explain your vulnerability, and then we are going to get you in. That's how we got this 80 that we have, and they're paying completely nothing. So there's a lot of ways in which we are helping the vulnerable. But at the end of the day, when you see most, if not all of that money is still coming from the Ministry of Higher Education, but we are just becoming more like a facilitator because we are the training provider.
0965891029 is the number that you can use if you want to be part of the program. 0965891029. What are the qualifications if one wants to get enrolled at NOTEC? Mr. Mwelo.
Basically, the courses actually vary from one level to the other. There are those courses that are trade test courses, because under trade test courses, we've got level 1, level 2, and level 3. For those ones, we actually require those that are just grade 7 and those that are grade 9, you know, if be it that they're grade 9 failures or grade 7 failures, because those people are really vulnerable. And the basic information that they get from these courses is able to give them the participatory capacity to be able to meet the economic needs of their daily lives. Then we've got courses that run from crafts to technician via craft to diploma via technician. Those ones are the ones where we need 5 credits. Okay, that is for diploma programs, we need 5 credits. As it were. Then technician courses, likewise, 5 credits. But for craft certificate program, we just need mere passes, meaning 5 O-levels. Those are the qualifications that are needed for the respective courses that I've tried to, outline.
Okay. Yes. Mr. Chiro, are the fees affordable? The fees being offered by NOTEC? Before you respond to that, you have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. You're through to the Northern Technical College program. Oh, sorry, we lost that caller. You can try calling back on 0965 891029. 0965 891029 is the number that you can call if you want to be part of the NOTEC program as we look at the Zambia Industrial Training Academy Zamita project. As we wait for other people to participate in the program, I will get back to you, Mr. Chiro. Are the fees affordable?
Yes, I would say the fees are affordable. We've had a number of people enrolling, those that are coming in. So our fees are actually, they are affordable. People are able to come and they pay. Yes, and in addition to that, others, as they've already been alluded to, those that are vulnerable, we push them to bursaries. But generally, people are able to afford. We have a number of them.
Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. Yes, this is Radio Changalo. You're through to the program. Who's on the line and where are you calling us from? Mkwaira Mazaba Kulwanshoko.
Yes, I found the program in process. I want to find out which courses they are offered there. But I've got my son who got 16 points. So I want to know the procedure, how to apply for bursary, payments. That's what I want to know so that I'm clear. I found the program on the new. That's what I
Okay. Thank you so much. That will respond to your question. 0965891029 is the studio number if you want to be part of the NOTEC program as you look at the Zamita project. 0965891029. Mr. Ngandu, will you take up that question?
Okay. The courses we're offering are quite many. To start listing them down will take forever, but let me summarize it like this. We have 4 departments. Sorry. We have 4 departments. We have the automotive heavy duty department. This is a department where you're offering automotive related courses, talking about heavy duty repair itself or heavy equipment repair, automotive mechanics, and automotive electrical. Okay. Then we have the electrical department. Okay. In the electrical department, this is where we offer the electrical diploma, and then we offer biomed, okay, biomedical engineering and process instrumentation, and then refrigeration. Then we have the mechanical department where we're offering mechanical engineering, we're offering metal fabrication, rigging, and fitting. Yes, I was going to leave that on fitting also. And then we have the applied sciences department. Applied sciences department, this is where we have lab technicians, we have production management, we have computer science. Okay, I hope I haven't left out anything there. So those are the courses we have in the 4 departments that we have, and we are currently enrolling for 2021 in some of the courses. Others we have closed, but there are some courses that we are offering for 2021.
So what are you telling Mr. Mazaba? Should
So
he come through?
What I'm telling him, if you are listening right now, quickly just take that number. You can either WhatsApp me or and then I'll send you all the documents that are answering your question. The number is 076 423 0140. I hope you have that right. Let me go up again very slowly. I hope you are ready now. 076 423 0140. You can send me a WhatsApp on that line. I'm going to send you back all the documents that are answering the question that you have asked. If not, if you are computer literate and you understand computer, just go to www.notec.edu.zm or just Google Notec. The website will come and then you have all the details that you want right there. If even the number, if you didn't catch it, if you go to the website, you will be able to find the number. Then get in touch with us. 0965891029. The other question was about bursary. I know you spoke about it, but he said he joined or started listening to the program later, so he might have missed that aspect of a bursary issue. Could you also briefly talk about that as we go towards the close of the program? Bursaries are offered by the Ministry of Higher Education, facilitated by NOTEC. The way it works is you apply to NOTEC, get an acceptance letter, use the acceptance letter to apply for bursaries at the Ministry of Higher Education or to the Ministry of Higher Education. The ministry has its own criteria that they use to be able to qualify people for bursaries. Afterwards, when they have done their criteria, they've done their process, they've done their vetting, they will send us the names and say, these are the people who applied to your college, then they apply for bursaries. This number of people are on bursaries, we're going to pay this amount to them. So it's not the college. The college doesn't push for bursaries for anybody, but we facilitate that process. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw an announcement on Teveta website. Right now, all bursaries are applied online. They used to send forms, okay, to the school, and then you apply through the school. They may send, I'm not very sure, but I've seen an announcement from Teveta saying bursary application should be done online. So here's my advice. Just quickly go on Facebook, look for the Teveta page, just scroll through. You will find somewhere where it talks about application for bursaries.
Okay, Mr. Chiro, why should somebody get enrolled at NOTEC?
Thank you very much. As we've alluded to, NOTEC has got the state-of-art technology, and when one enrolls at NOTEC, they are assured of getting the correct skill that will answer to the needs of the industry. It is very easy to get employed as well as to become an entrepreneur, because we are running both the skill-based and also on the entrepreneurship side. We are doing it very well. NOTEC is a brand name. Once you come out of NOTEC, it's not very, very difficult to get a job. You'll be easily gotten on.
Mr. Mwelwa, being trained at NOTEC, what are the benefits as we end the program?
Yes, indeed, the benefits are too innumerable to itemize. Only can I actually point out that NOTEC is not a theoretical institution where you just present research papers that are unable to address the problems of industry. NOTEC addresses the problem solving issues that industry is grappling with today. Like I said, technology is fast changing in the motor industry today, and it needs training that is hands-on so as to ensure that the machinery that is in the industry is propelled so that it runs and, of course, increases the levels of productivity. So if answers have to be sought, answers have to be actually gotten from Northern Technical College, where problem-solving training is being offered. That's the main reason as to why I actually stayed to say NOTEC is the best training destination for you listener today.
Okay, Mr. Ngandu, how would you love to end this interview?
To end this interview, I would love to encourage people to train with the best. And NOTEC is the best. The Zamita project has come in because we care for you. And I would love you to take a time and just come through to my office and say, I want to see what you are talking about. I'll take you through. I'll take you around NOTEC to show you what exactly the Zamita project has done, so that we can able to prove to you that we are the best. At the moment, we are also enrolling for short courses. I need to mention that we are enrolling for short courses. They'll be running starting from the 21st of December up to the 1st of January. The number of engineering short courses running from as little as 3 days to maximum of 10 days, and very affordable. Get in touch with us and we are going to see how we can be able to help you to get into these short courses. At the end of the day, we have proved it. NOTEC is the best technical training institution in the country, and we want to remain like that. Be part of the brand.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming through to Radio Channel on this program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and so that was the Northern Technical College NOTEC radio program, and we were talking the Zambia Industrial Training Academy Zamita project. I had been your presenter, Kangwachileshe, on behalf of the three guests, Mr. Madson Ngandu, NOTEC Business Development Officer, Mr. Abel Mwelwa, lecturer at NOTEC, and Mr. Ruben Chirwa, a lecturer as well at NOTEC. It's good afternoon.
Thank you so much for coming through. But where have you just had one program? Chanda. Yeah, you need to come late. There's an important question for you here. You should come back.